Yeah, right, guys and girls, welcome back to another video of mine. Just a quick video today for this one. Now, I'm looking at the moment. This is an article back November the 28th, 2018. So that was of last year. Similar with 2019 now. We are in, it's the 15th of March already, 2019. Now, I'm beginning to like my actual camera, the Alpha 6300. I think it's a good sensor on it, even though it's sort of cropped sensors and all that. But apparently you can put like sort of full frame sort of lenses on it. They take those like the E-type sort of adapter lenses on it. So the camera, this is the camera I'm using at the moment. And this is all I needed really, is just that one there. So if I can, that focusing, I don't know if you can actually see that. Yeah, there we go. So if I do it from back there. Anyway, so this is the Alpha 6300. It's 4K, this camera here. And I bought this just before Christmas. I think it was like November 2018. And to be honest, I've been vlogging with it everywhere. Vlogging in Sainsbury's. I've been going to treats in town with it in Weston-super-Mare. Fantastic. Also go along the seafront from time to time. I've taken some videos there as well. Fantastic quality. I love the quality on it. And I think, could these APS-C lenses or cameras actually be the future? And I was actually checking on these lenses whether these APS-Cs would be of the future of Sony Alpha ones, and they could be actually, but they could be like upgraded versions coming on the way. And I was reading this article, apparently Sony Alpha A7R IV 60 megapixels, and I'm thinking, what the hell is going on? 60 megapixels, do we really need 60 megapixels? And I was saying to David Osler about it in one of his live streams. If you guys and girls don't know who David Osler is, he does camera photography. He's got, I think he's just bought the, I think it was like the Sony Alpha 6400. So basically it's the one above this one here. So this camera is one above that. He's got like the latest one. I think it's just come out. So it's fantastic. I've seen some of his photos from it and they look amazing. Very sharp and all that. But I think he's using a lot of the high-end sort of lenses and all that. But apparently they've got a 60 megapixel one now. The A7R, or coming out. It's not actually out yet. Hang on 2 seconds, guys and girls. Right, so yeah, so the A7R IV apparently, I think they've got a 2 and I think they've got a 3 coming out or something. Either a 3 is already out, I'm not too sure, but apparently they're supposed to be making different versions of the A7R. Hang on, I can't bring that down for some reason. Actually, I think it's because this is on it. Hang on. Hang on, that's because that one. Right, 2 seconds. So yeah, the A7R IV. Actually, can I have it? I can move down now. Sorry about this, guys and girls. Apparently, details have resurfaced or has surfaced about 2 possible new Sony 4 frames. I mean, do you think it's really good to get 4 frames, or do you think these APS-C cameras are really good instead? Do you think really do we need 4 frame camera lenses, or cameras I should say? Apparently this one says here Sony 4 frames 16-bit sensors. Well, for 4K it's is it 10-bit color, I think, for 4K HDR and all that. And then you've got to actually have a decent computer, decent software that's going to actually run all this as well. And David Osler actually gave me a good point, actually, when I put in the comment section couple hours ago. He reckons it's just there basically if you need it. It's just extra really. He said you don't have to use it, those 8Ks or 60 megapixels. But he said at least it's there if you want to use it and all that kind of stuff. So it's just extra feature to it, which in a way makes sense, yeah. And he said you can change it to 1080p, 720 and all that kind of stuff. Most likely, I suppose, in a way you could, if they have it in the options. But yeah, could Sony actually take the crown or the king of all the cameras this year? Because they're bringing out some decent camera, 4-frame ones and APS-C cameras. But the one I've been using is absolutely sharp, but I've been using cheap lenses on it because I'm more for budget user. I like my budget lenses, to be honest, because I can't afford all these massive, like, high-end 2,000, 3,000 lenses, unless I was a millionaire or won the lottery and stuff. But, yeah, I just use the ones I've got at the moment. I've got the Meek 35 and the Meek 50, and I just think they're adequate for me. And you get 4K with it, and also I do find it overheats from time to time though, if you're running more than 27 minutes or 20 odd minutes. But anyway, this one apparently is going to have, given 4K shooting is pretty much the standard on cameras right now, it makes sense that a camera manufacturer such as Sony are looking to the future. And poised to offer sensors that pack in a huge amount of detail. According to Sony Alpha rumors, the first sensor will be 36 megapixels. Wow, that'd be good. Will shoot 16-bit at 10 and 26 frames per second, or FPS. The second sensor, and the most intriguing, is a reported 60 megapixels, so I suppose that'd be the high-end ones, with the ability to capture 8K at 30 frames per second and 60p. Wow, 60 frames per second. That's going to be quite solid as well. And I think that maybe will be probably just round the corner. I wouldn't think they would bring it out this year because I suppose they'll be watching what they spend or on the cameras and how many they can actually ship off. So they might do some water testing or something, testing the waters to see if people will buy them. Because, I mean, they sold the PlayStation 4 Pros, quite a lot of them, but they're starting to actually die back now because of the PlayStation 5 coming out. And what's this? And we'll shoot 16-bit and at 10 to 26 frames per second. That's pretty good. The second sensor, so the second sensor is going to be one of the biggest sensors on there, because obviously it's going to have 8K and stuff. So obviously, but then you've got to worry about the memory card as well. You're going to need a big, massive, probably 2 terabytes, I would say, SD card or memory card, whatever it comes with it. And what they should do is have it so you could do 2 slots. So you could put, say, 2 terabytes in the one slot and 2 terabytes in the other slot as well. The second and the most intriguing is a reported 60 megapixels in size with the ability to capture 8K 30 frames, 60 frames. The full CMOS sensors also said to have 16 channels. Wow, 16 channels. I have no idea what all those are about, but looks absolutely amazing. The future looks bright. The future looks Sony. And actually, they've been really, really pushing out on all these cameras. And they've been taking over Nikon. Nikon's literally I wouldn't say dead in the water, but Sony's improving on their lenses, and they're improving with the sensors and the ability and the usage of the cameras as well. This one I've got, the 6300, absolutely amazing and easy to use, and change the manual settings and use them and all that. But apparently it says here, If this is the case, the sensor will be able to shoot video with 7,680 by 4,320 resolutions. And it says, yikes. These sensors are not guaranteed for the future Sony devices and could well make their way into third-party cameras. But if these specs are correct, then Sony is looking to the future-proof itself with its latest sensors. Well, they're doing it. They're over. I would say they're over exceeding their expectations and everybody's expectations. But what they should do is do budget versions of 8K sensors as well. So people at the lower bottom can actually buy them, or mid-tier and lower tier cameras as well. 8K and 30 frames per second, 24 frames per second would be quite cool at 8K. That would be awesome. And have it like sort of, I'd say probably 36 frames per second, megapixels, 36 megapixels. So yeah, 8K shooting may not be a particular requirement for many at the moment. Well, I mean, it'd be good to make movies with it and have that sort of cinematic feel, but in 8K, because a lot of TV programs now, over I think in China, are doing actually 8K videos, and it'll soon come over to the UK. But if you've got 4K, that should downsample it to 4K resolution, and you should get a much better image quality and all that, so it should be awesome. May not be a particular requirement for many at the moment, although the first Samsung 8K TV is now on sale, but the ability to shoot in this format and downscale to 4K will be welcomed by many. See that? So basically 8K but downscale it to 4K because you'll get a better image quality. That's so I was right the first time there. So that's pretty cool, guys and girls. Let us know if you'll be buying these 8K cameras by Sony. Do you think they're going to take the crown this year and next year, or for the foreseeing future of cameras? Do you think they're going to future-proof all the cameras with the new Alpha series and all that? Or did you like the non-Alpha series beforehand? Let us know which cameras you got, because I'm just using the cheapo at the moment. I mean, it wasn't cheap when I bought it. I think it was like 900 and something, but that was from 1,500 quid. But it came with the lens, which was 16 to 50 mil. I've also got a Sony, I think it was 55 to 210 millimeter. And I'll probably be looking in the future for a 50 and a 35 millimeter, but by Sony. So amazing company. But the ones I've got at the moment to start kicking myself off and all that in the camera world, and start doing photography and stuff, just normal photography and all that, street photography or whatever, pictures, and taking pictures of my mum from time to time. Yeah, will be awesome. But anyway, let us know in the comments below. Cheers for watching, guys and girls. Stay safe, and I'll see you on the next episode. Today it is the 15th of March 2019. It is my birthday in a couple of days. I've said that a few times. You don't have to say happy birthday or anything, but I just mentioned it. Anyway, guys and girls, cheers for watching. Stay safe, and let us know when your guys and girls' birthdays are, and I'll actually do a big shout out and a happy birthday for you as well. Cheers for watching, guys and girls. Stay safe.